So I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your Saturday afternoon to be here and share what for me is a really special occasion, like the beginning, the birth of a brand new character in a brand new book. So it means a lot to me that you're here. For those of you who have been to Russell Quant launch, which I know many of you have been, you'll know that this launch is a very different style, and we did that. Thanks, Marcy. We did that intentionally. This is a new book, a new character, new life being born on the page. So we wanted to create a different environment for you. You've heard probably about enough for me for a while, so I'm just going to do a very, very short reading just to give you a flavor of this book. Now, what you need to know, let's get this to work. What you need to know about this scene that I'm going to read is that there has been a plane crash. And aboard the plane is Canada's Governor General. So it's... That's why I'm a writer and not an engineer. So aboard the plane, one of the victims is Canada's Governor General. So the CDRA sends in a fellow by the name of Jeffrey Krasinski to investigate. Jeffrey Krasinski is Adam Saint's boss and Adam Saint's friend. While he's at the crash site, he too mysteriously dies. So Adam Saint, who is in Africa on another mission, flies from Africa to Russia to find out what has really happened, much to the chagrin of his brand new boss, Ross Campbell. The road leading to the crash site went from paved to gravel to dirt. Not so much resembling a road as a path worn down by the numerous vehicles that had likely descended upon the remote area since the plane crashed. The sky was icy blue, the landscape shrouded in cool grays and Arctic white. Now, it might have been because of the aged car's poor suspension, but the jolting ride felt as if we were driving over uneven blocks of craggy ice. Even the paltry foliage seemed to be shivering in misery. As we got closer to an opening in the struggling pines that lined the road, we spotted the first vehicles we'd seen in a long while. 2 large trucks lumbered towards us. "Who are they?" I asked my driver, Victor. "The place you want is behind that opening. They are from there." The trucks passed by without incident. About a minute later, Victor brought the car to a shuddering standstill in the middle of a massive, empty field. "Why are we stopping?" "This is what you want to see, no?" "I want to see the crash site, where the Canadian Governor General's plane went down, where my friend was killed. I want to go there." "You are there." I stepped out of the car, but didn't go far. There is nowhere to go. Other than a roughly manicured crater in the ground, there was nothing here. No wreckage, no evidence of mass death and destruction, no rogue homicidal shard of debris threatening to end my life as it had Krasinski's. I could barely contain my anger. This was why they had worked so hard to keep me from coming here. They wanted as much time as possible to complete the utter obliteration of all evidence that would even hint that a plane crash had ever happened here. What I still couldn't understand was why. I returned to the waiting Lada, opened the door, looked in, barked at Victor, "Stay in the car." Slamming the door closed, I pulled out my cell phone and dialed the private number for Ross Campbell. It was early morning in Toronto. He answered on the first ring. "I'm here," I said. "They've wiped it clean. There's no plane, there's no scattered remains, not even a broken blade of grass, for Christ's sakes." What I heard next staggered me. "I know," he said. "What do you mean you know? What's going on here, Campbell, and if you knew, why didn't you tell me? I just found out about it myself. It's all a big misunderstanding, not to mention a political landmine. Saint, I want you to get on that plane with Krasinski's body and get back to Toronto before this thing turns into some kind of international incident. What thing? What is going on? Somehow word got out that we were sending someone to Magadan. They believed you were coming to investigate the accident. Krasinski's accident, not the plane accident. By sending you, it made it seem we were accusing them of assassinating him, or at the very least that we blamed them for not maintaining proper safety protocols at the site. They assumed you were sent to prove it, one way or the other. And what if I was? Don't I have that right? No, you don't. Not in this particular environment, and certainly not by you, Saint. I want you to get your ass back here now. So you're just going to allow them to sweep all of this under the rug. Sweep what? There's nothing to sweep. Don't you think that what's happened here is even a little suspicious? If they had nothing to hide, why get rid of everything? And what you don't know, Campbell, is that there may have been a murder here today, not to mention an attempt on my life. The line crackled with tension. Saint, I don't know what kind of trouble you're getting yourself and me into out there, but hear this. I'm ordering you back now, before the Russian army marches in there and sticks you in the gulag for the rest of your pretty boy days. Haven't you heard, Campbell? The Cold War is over. They don't do that sort of thing anymore. The Russians have been known to revert to bad habits at the slightest provocation. Don't test their limits. His voice fell an octave as he warned. Saint, I'm not kidding. Get out. I can't. With those two words, I could sense a tidal wave of anger and frustration roaring my way. I didn't care. If there is something suspicious about Krasinski's death, I told him, I have to find out what it is. That's just it, Saint. There's nothing suspicious, except their suspicion that you're out there trying to make them look bad. He waited a beat, then, and you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe the Russians know there's something wonky at the site that caused Krasinski's death. Maybe they sent him in before it was safe to do so. Maybe a piece of plane landed on his head. It's terrible, I know. But it's done. There's nothing you can do to change it. We'll never have to deal with these people again. Let it go. He kept on before I had time to interrupt. As far as any murders being committed out there, you're right. I don't know about that, but it sounds as if you're not entirely convinced about it either. Bad things happen. You know that better than anyone. Get your head together. Was he right? I'd gone from a grueling 10 days in South Africa to here with barely a moment's rest. I just suffered a concussion. Was I thinking straight? Just the fact that I had doubts worried me. I don't usually doubt myself. Campbell read my silence as obstinacy. God damn it, Saint. Why are you making things so difficult? You have more important things to look after. More important things? Jesus, Saint. I shouldn't have to be the one to tell you this. Tell me what? I'm getting a sign that it's time to quit. Before I get back to signing books, if anyone still needs their book signed, I just want to say a couple more thank yous. First of all, thank you very much to Brent and Penny, who they are apparently busy people. They do a thing here and there, so thank you very much for coming here to do this with me today. It was great fun to be up here with you. And I want to say another big thank you to the team at McNally Robinson. I always do my hometown launches, the very first launch of any book right here, and they are always so welcoming. You've already met Marcy, who's the events coordinator here. Prairie Ink Restaurant, Clint and Justin. They do such an amazing job, and we have one little meeting and then they make all of this happen, and I know I can just show up here and it's perfect. So thank you guys over there. And last of all, thank you guys for being here. It's as I say, I mean, this is kind of an exciting and special day for me to be starting this new series. I hope that for those of you who do read the book, that when you meet Adam Saint, that you enjoy him as much as I've enjoyed being here with you and seeing all of your faces. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.